All right, so welcome, and we're going to do the channeling now, and Rusty and I are going to move aside and let the higher realms come in and tell you what they'd like to tell you about Wabi Sabi. We are so happy to be here, my children. Today is going to be fun. We're going to talk about a word that seems odd in your mouth. We enjoy saying things and making this body say things that are strange. Wabi Sabi, Wabi Sabi, Wabi Sabi. It is Japanese. And what it means is to find perfection inside the imperfection. So an example that is a wonderful example to give is if you look at something and you go, oh, it is not straight, and you wish to straighten it, or a door is not straight and you wish it would be straight, or you look at something and it's not perfect and you're like, oh, it must be garbage, it's not perfect, such as an artist or a musician or a creative person might do. It is taking a deep breath and stepping back and understanding that inside the imperfection, there is perfection. Please get that. Inside the imperfection, there is perfection. So, many times you worry, you wait, you look, you want. I want what's perfect. I want the perfect relationship. I want the perfect job. I want the perfect this. I want the perfect that. I want the perfect family, the perfect children. I want this. Nothing in the game is perfect. Nothing in the game is perfect. Nothing here on this planet, nothing in the 3D, nothing even in 4, 5, or 6D. It is not perfect. It will never be. It is impossible. Think of it as taking, many of you have seen this example, taking a vase, it's broken into pieces, and you put it back together. It is not perfect, but it is still a usable vase. You know that nothing is perfect, yet you, in your minds, fight to find perfection. You want perfection instead of accepting where you are. Looking at your relationships, looking at your friends and your family, looking at your parents and your children, looking at your life and your job, looking at your car, looking at your clothes, looking at your body. And knowing that nothing is ever perfect. But being able to take the deep breath, being able to do that breath they showed you, being able to step back, being able to see the perfection in the imperfection. Allowing things to be imperfect. Allowing things to not be exactly. Allowing the piece of paper to not be 100% right on the table. Allowing your body to be the way it is. It is important to accept that things will never be perfect. It does not exist here. Yet, you can find inside of you, because you are connected to Source, you are that light, we are with you always. You can find that joy inside. You can find that perfection and love inside. You can find that acceptance within yourself. Stop waiting. Stop wanting perfection. Stop waiting until it's perfect. Stop saying, no, I don't like that, it's not perfect. If you make a meal and you enjoy it, it's great. Enjoy the meal. See the perfection inside the meal, even if you forgot something. It does not matter. You are taking things so seriously. We wish to tell you not to. We wish to say, if you are waiting for things in your life to be perfect, it will never be. I am sorry to tell you that. It doesn't happen here. Things take place, life happens, ups and downs, roller coasters. That is part of the experience you are here to have. If everything was perfect and nothing was ever wrong, how would you grow? If everything was perfect and nothing ever woke you up, why would you wake up? If everything was perfect there would be no reason for you to be here. There would be no reason for you to seek anything or look or want or it is not. It is not perfect here. It will never be. So take that deep breath and say, how can I see perfection? How can I see source? How can I see love? How can I see beauty? How can I connect with who I am and see grace inside of every situation, inside of every dynamic, inside of every relationship, job, driving, whatever you are doing? How can I see beauty? A flower on your planet are beautiful. Flowers are beautiful, but they are not perfect. A leaf is off. A petal is not right. They are not perfect, but they can still be beautiful. You can still find joy. You can still find love within yourself. You can still find what matters to you and connect there without it being perfect. Wabi Sabi, the art of living life from a space of knowing there is no perfection. It does not exist. Yet I can find beauty and love and perfection inside the imperfection. That you can find a space to say, all is well in my world, even when it is not, because it is well within you. It is well within your soul, inside of you and your connection to the higher realms, your connection to source, your connection to the guides, whatever you wish to say. But even in the midst of the imperfection, you can see the beauty every day. You can see the beauty in things you do, in things others do. Relationships will never be perfect. That does not exist. You have two people with two egos battling all the time. You have people liking and disliking things. And yet, in that situation, see what is right for you. Find what is right in your soul in that situation. Finding what is perfect inside the imperfection.
Interesting phrase, Wabi Sabi. To find perfection in imperfection. This is especially pertinent when you are looking at yourself, children. It is okay to look at a rose and you can find the perfection and the beauty or the softness of the petals even as the rose or the blossom fades. But too often you look at yourself, you look at your life, you look at your image in the mirror, and you find only the imperfections. We have been taught in this realm that imperfection is the entire reason that you go to your realm. For here all is always perfect, even the imperfect. There is no judgment. But in the realm in which your body, your mind exists, those things also exist. They are part of the game, and they are a great tool within the game. Perfection simply means acceptance. The perfection of the human soul comes about when you accept that you are already God or Goddess. The perfection of the mind comes about when you realize and accept that it has always been connected to Source. As you look around you each day, you see the things that disturb your ego. Yes, You see the things that disturb your ego, nothing more, nothing less. You as a being, you as source, are undisturbed by all. There is nothing that disturbs source, because source is source. What is only disturbed is the ego, and that is perfect, because that is what makes the game of duality turn and play. It keeps the wheel of time in motion. For without the imperfection of duality, there would be no time, there would be no space, there would only be silence. Learn to recognize within yourself that even what you call a mistake, perhaps you even call it a sin, is only the imperfection guiding you to the perfection that it is. All of these things within this game, within this dream, within this space that irritate you, motivate you, whatever they do, they are breadcrumbs to remind you that you are more than you have ever imagined, to remind you that you are more than your mind can imagine, to remind you source is home, to remind you to rise above. That's all they are. Whether it is the worm that eats your favorite tomato that you've been watching grow for 6 weeks, whether it is the person who cut you off in traffic, or spoke unkind words behind your back, whatever it is, these are the imperfections that are the breadcrumbs that remind you to look beyond them. Their very perfection is that they are imperfect, that they are not what you think it should be. They are as it is. We have said this many, many times to you as we've spoken to you over the millennia, which we have all spoken to each other, not just in this time, but in all time. We have said over and over again, release your judgments. Surrender, accept who you are, how events are, as they are without judgment. Simply allow yourself and all others and all of creation to be. You will be amazed what this does to your stress, your pain, your anxiety. Just surrender into the beauty of all that is as it is. Wabi Sabi.
We are explaining to you a lifestyle. We are explaining to you a way to see your being. We are explaining to you a way to live, a space to live from, a space of understanding that perfection is not the goal. I do not care what the topic is, it is not. It is not possible to be perfect. It is not the goal of your home, your job, your life, your family, your own body. Perfection is not the goal. The goal, if there is one, is to see beyond, to see within, to see differently, to view life with different eyes, to view life with the eyes of joy, the eyes of a child, to be able to see life and go, that is amazing, instead of that is not right. As adults, when you grow up, you start to see more and more what is wrong. As a child, you see more and more what is right. We encourage you to think of yourself and to move yourself back to that childlike state. So, if a child were to pick up a rock, they would go, ooh, look at this beautiful rock. And you might think, oh, it needs to be polished, it needs to be cleaned, it needs to have its edges wiped, it needs to be tumbled, whatever you might think. But the rock itself is beautiful with its imperfections. It is not necessary in your adult mind to go, but I must fix it, I must make it right, I must change it. We are discussing and we are talking about accepting what is imperfect as perfect. Accepting what is in your life and seeing from the eyes of a child, seeing from the eyes of your child internally, seeing life differently. Look differently. Do not see the problems. Do not see the imperfections. Do not see the issues all the time. What is right in your life? What is right in your body? What is right in your job? What is right in your relationship? See the beauty, not the perfection. See the love, not the perfection. See the acceptance, not the perfection. We really want you to understand that this is a way of living. This is not just a momentary thing where you can view things differently. It is truly as you shift and as you grow and as you're moving, as we're going and this planet is changing, your vision must shift too. Your vision must grow beyond where you were. If all you look for is problems and worries and issues, then that is all you will find. If beyond those you can look at what is right, what is good, what is beautiful, even though it is not perfect, that is changing your vision to move yourself up the levels of the game. We wish for you no more than to have that vision, the vision that says, I can see the perfection in the imperfection. I can see the love inside of a situation that is not exactly the way I wish it was. I can accept this vehicle that I inhabit the way that it is. I do not need to change anything. I do not need to pick at things to make them right. I am able to see and accept things the way they are and see the joy and beauty inside the imperfection. So think in your mind like a child. Think in your mind like someone much younger who doesn't have all of this baggage and issues that are going to make you look for the wrong, the not perfect, the issue. And go back to that childlike state. Go back to that place inside yourself that says, I can see the beauty in a dirty rock that has not been polished, that has not been changed. I can see the beauty in a cardboard box. I can see the beauty in the vase that is broken. I can see the beauty in my life, even though it is not perfect. That ability each day, each moment to look for that is Wabi Sabi. That is the art of finding beauty inside the imperfection, of finding peace even though life still has chaos, in finding love even though outside seems to not give you that. Finding as a way of being, a way of seeing the world differently. Allowing that critical mind to take a break. Allowing that critical thought process of it's not good enough to take a break and to say, how can I see the beauty? How can I see the perfection in the situation, even if it does not change? Even if the situation does not evolve, change, or be the way you think it should be in your mind, how can I see it as right? How can I see it as perfect for me at this time? And finding that space inside yourself to look at things with different eyes, to go back and think from child space what the thought process would be and how that would be different. The art of living from the space of Wabi Sabi is what we are encouraging you to do and is necessary for this journey as you continue to evolve. It is necessary for this journey as you continue to evolve. I wish to say it once again. You must move to this space in order to continue evolving and moving in the game of life. To allow the imperfection to exist. To allow those things to be. Things you cannot change, things that you have no control over, things you cannot stop. You just acknowledge they are. And finding inside yourself the blessing in the situation, the beauty of the dirty rock, the place inside yourself where it is okay. There are things you can adapt and change and move, and that is not what we are talking about. We are talking about the things in life that are not perfect, that you wish and worry about, that you fret. Allow them to be. Allow them to be not perfect, and allow yourself to move to the space where that is okay. And you can see the blessing inside. You can see the beauty inside. You can see the perfection inside the imperfection. Breathe that in. Connect yourself. Understand this is the way to walk, the way to move, the way to evolve on this path.
Your vision is what is important. Your vision is what determines whether you believe something is perfect or imperfect, whether you believe it to be as it should be or as it is. This is all upon your vision. How do you see the situation? Not every situation, not every person will evolve, will grow as you do, and this too is perfect. That imperfection as well is perfect. You see, it is up to you to find the ways in which the perfection is manifesting. We spoke to you of a rock, and at this rock you might look at and go, meh, it's a rock. You might look at it and go, well, that would be very pretty if I did this or this or this. Or, you might look at it and go, ooh, this is the perfect rock to skip. Or this is the perfect rock to throw. But that is in your vision. We have mentioned many, many times over many, many millennia, return to that childlike state of wonder and awe. And by the way, awe is the appropriate emotion and feeling when you meet Source, not fear, awe. As you return to that childlike state, and that beautiful cardboard box that was spoken of, if you think it is not beautiful, give it to a cat. If you cannot remember that it's beautiful, give it to a child, and that box becomes a rocket ship with which to explore the cosmos. It becomes a submarine with which to explore the depths of the oceans. It becomes a ship with which to sail across the oceans, or a plane to fly around the world. But it is a box. It's all in your vision. How would you see your journey differently? How would you see yourself differently than you do in this moment? Find the perfection. Find all the opportunities, all the blessings, all the gifts. This is up to you. This is what you must train yourself. your eyes, your mind, your mouth to do. Yes, you must train your mouth to find perfection, and you do this through the languaging that you use, but this is a whole different conversation. How do you find the beauty, the joy, the ecstasy in your world? This is not what we can do for you. We can point it out. We do every single day. Any time that you hear that little whisper to say, listen to the bird in the back. Listen to this. Ooh, look at that. That is us reminding you to open your eyes, all three of them, and see that which is around you as it is, and the beauty that it exudes. Open yourself. Open to yourself. Open to the beauty, the love that permeates all of creation, even within the parts you judge to be imperfect. And this we would leave you with. Open to the beauty you are. Yes, that you are. Thank you.
And so it is.